At age 21, I was doing 40 hours a week of personal training, and before that, I had absolutely no idea how to get my first few clients. But if I had known what I'm telling you now, I probably would have had 40 hours a week of personal training when I was like 18. So here's how I got my first few clients. Now, when I was starting out, the word marketing and all these different things made absolutely no sense to me. I remember one of my clients coming to me, he was a business coach, and he said that he ran ads, he had landing pages. I was like, what is a landing page? Is that like a runway? I was like, what on earth is that? Advertisements, I thought they were the thing on TV that you watch with like the dairy milk adverts and the Coke adverts. I was like, you need to have millions of pounds to do that, right? Or I was like, well, I maybe can put an ad in like a newspaper or like a magazine. And I obviously saw them on YouTube and Instagram. I understood that that was marketing, but I had no idea how to do it until he came to me and said, no, marketing is really simple, or I guess advertising is very simple. You got me, therefore you did some level of advertising to get me because you made the unknown known. And from that point, I was like, oh, that's all it is. So the way that I see marketing today, and just to be clear, right now at Cali, we get 5 to 10 signups a week. I am not involved in any of that process. I just get the numbers every single week. I've got sales guys, I got setters, I got a whole team, and the whole thing runs, and it also runs profitably. So I actually make money on every sign up when someone comes into Cali, which is pretty cool. And if you want me to explain that, there's a whole other video I'll make on that. The 10 steps to gym freedom. Actually, it's probably a link in the description below. academy.caliuser.com is all on there completely free, so go get that. But in terms of marketing and advertising, the way that I got my first few clients was I sucked at sales. When you suck at sales, what you need to do is you need to show people that, hey, I'm gonna help you out and I'm actually good at this. I sucked at sales, but one thing I did like about myself was I was willing to give so much away for free. I don't know why it was. Looking back, maybe it was insecurity. Maybe I just didn't value myself as much. Maybe I didn't know my worth. But I would just give people free sessions. I would just write programs. I would run these live classes that no one would show up to. I'd make these ebooks that like barely anyone got downloads on. I would make these videos online and barely anyone watched them. But what I realized what it was doing was that was advertising. Even though no one saw them, yeah, no one saw them, but 10 views. Imagine if I had 10 people in front of you right now watching this video. I would show up very differently. I actually got a presentation in 2 weeks to like 400 people. And the amount of work I'm putting into that is a lot. I get 400 views on every single short and most of my videos. So like, surely that's the kind of like mindset I'm going into this. So like, oh, it's completely different. People are actually seeing your stuff. But anyway, how I got my first few clients was I simply just gave away loads for free. Now, the first thing you're probably saying to yourself is, why should I work for free? And there's a simple equation in my head. If I'm not fully booked and making money that I want to make, I am not good enough. And it's not I'm not good enough in terms of like the self-helpy, know your worth and all this kind of stuff. Like 100%, you are good enough, well done, you're amazing, God loves you. But in terms of like yourself and your value that you give to your clients, right? Your clients clearly, or the marketplace doesn't value you because the value that you provide comes from your income, right? Which is directly proportional to the value you create. And so what I realized what I had to do, and this was actually in lockdown when I really realized this, not that I had to give so much away, I just had to be so useful and so valuable before anyone ever gave me money. Because if I did that, they're gonna predict that if I pay him money now, he's also gonna be more useful. So imagine you go to someone, you say, pay me, and they're like, no. And some people might say, okay, fine, because they look at your proof and whatever, right? Or you say, I'm gonna do all this for free for you beforehand. Then you say, pay me. They go, wow, I got all this for free. Imagine how much I'm gonna get when I pay this person. And that is kind of what I realized I did. And the better you get, and the more clients you have, and the more proof you have, the less free stuff you can do beforehand, and the more likely they are to pay you afterwards. That kind of is how that continuum shifts. But if you're starting out right now, I would honestly recommend just helping people for free and doing as much of that as you can. Now, what does that look like? In terms of marketing, it's, let's say right now you're on the qualification, maybe you're on the Cali qualification. If you're not, what are you doing? Link description, you can see it all there. It's like half the price of everyone else. Pretty cool. You can go there and you can apply and you can see if you're a good fit. If you're on the qualification right now, you're learning loads of things. Share it. Talk about it. Share it on your social media. Maybe people come up to you in the gym and they're asking you a few things about handstands. I actually was talking to one of the guys in the qualification last weekend. He's gonna make his first video this week on social media because of the things that we spoke about. And he's just like, yeah, I wanna be useful. I wanna share my stuff. That's the first thing. Number two, train your friends. Train your family. go and talk to them, be like, yo, I'm doing that qualification thing, or I'm just getting into this. I want to start out, and I just want to start for free because I want to get reps, and I want to help you. So in return for a testimonial and maybe some feedback, have a free session, right? And the thing is you get better and you get better at doing the thing. But more importantly, and this is the last one I think is the most important for me at this stage. Remember I mentioned at the start that I didn't really believe in myself enough. I didn't have enough maybe self-worth, self-value. And I think that's true because it was a truth because the marketplace didn't value me. But what I realized is when I did loads of free stuff, guess what? I realized I was fucking good at this. And that confidence that came across, people understood it. There's this thing in sales called like commission breath. People can sniff out intention very well. And so if you're talking to someone and they're just starting out, they're like, oh yeah, I'm just starting out and it's gonna be fine. Or it's like, I've done this hundreds of times before. I know this works at £50 an hour. Who are you gonna go with? You're gonna value the person that understands it, gets a repeatable result, and also the marketplace values. And so overall, if I was starting out and I was trying to get my first few clients again, I would simply make a list of people, look at my social media channels, look at people that follow me, look at my friends, and just do stuff for free. Think about them, think about what they need, think about how you can help them, think about how you are uniquely positioned to help them. And guess what? There's gonna get a point where the demand outstrips the supply. The supply is you and your calendar. And as soon as that happens, that's when you can start charging more. And that's when you get to the point where you're doing 40 hours a week of personal training at age 21, and you can go on and launch ever more things. Now, one last thing, this is only one stage, by the way. It's just like chapter 6 or 7 of Act 2 of the book. Act 1 is quitting your job, getting the proof, and starting your career. Act 2 is building a business, getting fully booked, and being able to fully quit your job and build your freedom number. Act 3 is building a brand, building something bigger than you, hiring a team. And if you're thinking Act 1, 2, and 3, these are the 15 stages of a fitness coach. If you go in the description below, go to academy.caliunity.com/map. There's a full video there. It's 5.5 hours. There's a 50-page workbook and a 236-page book completely for free. All I ask for is your email. I hope that's okay. Email and first name, link description below. Go get it there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.